Okay, so today we are back and at it again, giving you a build video of what I am currently running more often than not. And what I am currently running more often than not is a Alpha Bridge build. And we'll go over the build pieces and my guns and gun talents in a minute. First, we are going to start with the high ends, and then after we go over all of my pieces, I'll kick it over, shut my fat mouth, and let you guys enjoy a little bit of gameplay from it. So we'll start with my backpack. Rolled a stamina backpack specialized for the extra little bit of skill power to try to make it a little bit more survivable. And it has rolled armor with ammo capacity. And the current mods I have on it are 2% towards crit chance for the 2 performance mods, and a firearms mod with armor, where I have enough firearms to unlock my talents, and it helps with giving me more toughness, and once I finish getting the mods I need, I will have a lot more toughness. And Savage Gloves. These are the Savage Gloves that were actually picked up from the EZ6 East checkpoint vendor, and I just re-rolled them for a stronger firearms roll, and because they have the 5% crit hit chance, 16% crit hit damage, and almost 1300 straight damage to my assault rifles, which is what I'm running. And it has a fairly decent armor roll. So, those are my 2 high ends. We'll start with my chest piece. I have an Alpha Bridge chest piece rolled stamina with armor and exotic damage resilience, which does help. Since the Seeker mines are still widely ran and there are still those people in groups that are running Sticky Bomb, having some helps survive the ones that are actually spec'd high enough to one-shot people. And of course it has ammo capacity. The mod I have chosen is 2 firearms mods, one with armor, one has health until I can get another one that's rolled as good or better with armor. And for those that aren't familiar or haven't ran Alpha Bridge, the 2 piece set bonus is 100% health regen. The 3 set bonus, it reads 5% weapon damage, which by 5% increases your weapons across the board. And the 4 piece bonus, if your primary and secondary weapons are of the same category, they both gain all unique active talents. Which, if you can run, depending on how you run your Alpha Bridge, you can make some very diverse weapon talents. And that's why I like it. I have an Alpha Bridge mask. It has crit chance, and I rolled enemy armor damage on it. And the mod I am using is a stamina mod with armor. Knee pads are rolled armor. The armor could actually be a little higher, but I wanted the enemy armor damage. So I rolled enemy armor damage with blind death resist and burn resist. And it has a firearms mod with armor. And the performance mod slot has pulse duration. And which comes to our holster. The holster definitely needs to be improved. The electronics on it is great. I haven't rolled anything on it yet, so I might end up rolling that stamina to get a little bit more stamina. Until then, this is the one I'm using. But I'm sure this is where I'm trying to get it to, and I will eventually get it where I want it. But right now, this is what I'm working with. And it has a 2% crit, pulse crit hit chance on it, which helps my pulse, particularly in the dark zone, and I'll go over those in a minute. My guns that I am running an ACR, which is technically my secondary weapon, and I'm running an enhanced ACR-E. The enhanced ACR-E is the primary one I am using. It has 21% enemy armor damage with 18.4k base damage. And the talents that I am running are capable, destructive, predatory, responsive, brutal, and competent. Competent is a very, very important talent to have by the fact that it increases weapon damage. And anything that will increase your weapon damage is a favorable part, particularly when you're only running one gun. Destructive is very good. The predatory, I have found that it actually helps more often than not, and eventually I am planning to reroll capable and try to get deadly or something else other than capable, but for this particular moment it actually helps improve. It does actually improve the handling while it's active. So for now it works. I'm not in too much hurry, but I will be looking to swap that out at some point. I am running a Rhino Special solely because it came with Harmful, and it does have a rugged mini reflex sight with the small laser pointer, just so I have the mods filled up. With 31.9k base damage, not that you really want to know much about my pistol. And how I have my gun modded is I have the Omega Rifle Suppressor, which has 18.5% headshot damage, 3% crit chance, and 5% optimal range. I would rather that optimal range be crit hit damage, but it does in a way come in handy. So I have a little bit pushed out range. And then I have the hand stop, as I don't really have a good underbarrel right now. So I do have a hand stop with reload speed, accuracy, and crit hit damage until I get one that actually is going to work on the gun better. I have an extended mag with crit chance and reload speed. And I have a times 12 scope solely for the headshot damage and the 2.5% stability and crit chance to get as much crit and headshot damage as possible. So, actually, I actually need that one. So, my base crit chance is 17.5%, with a crit hit damage of 45% and 124% to headshot damage, which works out very well in the long run. I do need to increase my armor, but for now this actually works pretty well. I have a total of 216,000 max health, which gives me a 464,000, almost 465,000 toughness. And that's how the build is set up. The skills I am running, I run Booster Shot. I know it doesn't heal much, but the damage resistance and the bonus 2 damage outweighs trying to run Overdose that doesn't give those, when Overdose still can't heal me all the way. So I take 33,000 heal hit just to get a bonus to damage and mitigation. And for the DZ, I run the Scrambler Pulse, which gives me 21.2% crit chance and 15.2% crit damage. And when I'm solo, I will run Recovery Link. In a group, I do run Tactical Link. And as for talents, this hasn't been changed. So let's equip those. For running in a group, I always run Critical Save. Always. Anything that's going to help me be a little bit more tanky, I will run. If I'm solo, I run Strike Back. If I'm not solo, I will run Combat Medic. And for this, I run On the Move. On the Move is very important. Because if you have On the Move and Critical Save both procced at the exact same time, you're taking very low damage. And then depending on if I'm in PvE or PvP, I'll switch between Chain Reaction and Precision for the purposes of use with grenades. Because Chain Reaction works with grenades. And it's really nice. And you can drop people with just your grenades if you can time it just at the right moment. And so this is my Alpha Bridge build, and we're going to kick this over and do some gameplay, and then I'll throw that on the end of the video. This has been Hatchet Gaming. I hope everybody enjoys the build. If you have any comments or suggestions to the build, go ahead, drop a comment. If you like the build, show me you like it, give it a like. If you don't like it, you know what to do. And leave a comment below as to why you don't like it, or what you could think I could change about it. I hope everyone has a great day, and I am out. We're going to kick it over to some gameplay. I know my aim isn't probably as good as some people, but I do my best. And that is why you want Chain Reaction when you're using grenades, is solely because that little bit helps tremendously, especially if you're getting surrounded, which happens a lot with missions that have a lot of rushers. There goes one. And what? It's just gonna constantly keep healing me every time I make a kill. There are some damagers, particularly if it's a hard mission. And that they can't even damage me.
That's what it looks like, and it fits the cleaner MO. If you wanted to eradicate every last vestige of detectable virus, where would you go? Wherever the biggest concentrations are. Refugee camps, shantytowns. Jesus, you don't think they'd... Draconian solution, but highly effective. Sure, if you're a genocidal maniac. Do you ever wonder if we even deserve to survive this thing? Every day, Doctor. Every day. Good luck, agents.
That's just how easy it is to take out heavy flamers. Partly because my enemy armor damage is so high. Even though I don't know how. All right.
Contamination levels increasing.
You hear that, Agent? You're walking into the teeth of it now. Don't forget to keeping any infected refugees alive. I mean, obviously you're gonna try and keep them all alive, but I need those virus samples, and I really need viable antibody samples from survivors. So keep them extra alive, I guess. You know what I'm saying. I'm going back to work now. Candle out.
Ooh. That everybody? Looks like it. Okay. Alright. Now we go have some fun with food.
Chemical signature of explosives detected.
Confirmed. It's Napalm B, alright. With that much capacity, they must be planning to burn out the whole damn yard. And when they do, they're gonna kill every last refugee in that shanty town. We need that tank moved somewhere safe.
Alright. Is that all that's left? No, I use a lot more bullets than necessary. But that's just the way my aim. I know there are people better than I.